am Bob Martin, the RCSubGuy with the Nautilus Drydocks.com, and this is a remote-controlled submarine. Specifically, this is a 196 scale French Redoutable ballistic missile submarine model, and in this video I'm going to go through how this boat was set up to make it fully functional as a remote-controlled submarine. This is, by the way, a kit that you can purchase off of the website at the NautilusDrydocks.com, so let's get into it. So as a little bit of background, this particular boat is basically the prototype that I created to test out the proof of concept for the 3D files that are offered for sale at the NautilusDrydocks.com. The model is being completely finished out, and it has all of the internal command and control systems installed in the hull. It's been trimmed out and it's fully functional, ready to go right now. I'm going to take a few minutes and show you what the inside of this looks like, how an RC submarine works, and what you get when you buy the 3D files, print them out, assemble them, and purchase the starter kit that has all of the guts and gizmos that make it go. All right, let's get started by taking a look at the inside of the boat. Access is super easy. Single screw in the back of the boat holds it down. I've already removed that, so I'm just going to lift this up. There's a little magnetic linkage in the front. I'm just going to disconnect with my finger. That pops off, and our hull now free and open. This is the new modular SubDriver that we have developed, and this is basically the first boat that has had the opportunity to utilize one. Everything, as I said, in this boat is fully operational, tested, and ready to go. And I will include some video of this boat in operation a little bit later so that you can see how it works. So if we take a look at all of the components that are in this boat, we can see this beautiful 7-bladed scimitar propeller that has been mounted to a stainless steel drive shaft through an intermediary shaft and to our SubDriver. There is a universal joint in there that allows a bit of a bend. These are the linkages that combine the 4 different rear control surfaces, the upper and lower rudder, and the left and right rear dive planes together into 2 outputs, one for rudder and one for rear dive planes, and then it connects magnetically to the servos in the modular SubDriver. SubDriver itself has been set up with a lot of cool features, such as the automatic pitch controller. It has got the speed controller, 2 servos, obviously, one for each of those main functions in the back, the entire standalone ballast system. This one also features the optional gas ballast backup unit. It's about a $75 value, installed, tested, and ready to go. We got an output here that leads into the ballast tank, and that is the snorkel input. So that connects to the snorkel itself that's mounted in the sail, and it's what allows the air to get pumped into the ballast tank. Forward power compartment houses a 3 amp lithium polymer battery, as well as the forward servo for your forward dive planes, or in this particular case, or your fair water dive planes that you can see right there. Got a waterproof switch to turn everything on and off. Tucked in neatly underneath, you can see that we've got some self-adhesive ballast weights, and those again are all installed in the proper amounts and locations for a perfectly trimmed boat. Taking a look at the upper hull, obviously I mentioned they're fair water planes. Previously we've got all of these masts, and some of these have had aluminum added to them just for a little bit more effect in there. All of your vent holes have been drilled to allow air to escape. Looking underneath, we can see the flotation foam has all been installed in the appropriate locations. We can see our snorkel valve, that controls where that subsystem is gathering its air from, and the linkages for our fairwater planes right there. This obviously connecting to the magnetic coupler in the front of the SubDriver. All right, since we have this on the bench, let's take a look at all the different functions of the boat. On the right-hand stick in the vertical position, that would be channel 2, we've got our forward dive planes. You can see those moving back and forth. And then we have our rudder linkages. And then we have our rear dive planes, and that's on the back. That's channel 6. And those are on an automatic pitch controller, so you can see those planes automatically moving to keep the boat in a level trim while underway. We've got our throttle, and that's a beautifully smooth drivetrain. You can see a little bit of jittering. That's the automatic pitch controller. When it's out of the water, there's just a little bit of vibration, and the pitch controller doesn't like that a heck of a lot. Then we got our ballast system. You can see that going. That's on channel 4. It moves back and forth here. This basically vents the tank, submerging the boat. And then if we go just about halfway, it activates the air pump. And if we go all the way, it activates the emergency gas backup. And that is the basic operation of all of the major functions of the submarine. Now that you've had a chance to see it on the bench, you probably want to see it on the water. And I did capture a little bit of footage for you. It's a little tricky when you're just one person, but it gives you an idea about the performance of the boat, which is actually pretty cool. Well, there you go, everyone. That's a brief overview of this completed and ready to run French ballistic missile submarine in 1/96th scale. Again, there's two parts to this. If it's something that you're interested in tackling, there's the purchase of the 3D files, which you can print out yourself for a very reasonable amount of money, and it builds the boat that you can see behind me. The second part is the starter package that I put together that includes all of the guts and gizmos that you need to get it operational. Now, there are a few things that you're going to need to buy yourself, little adhesives, paints, bits of plastic and that kind of thing, but the majority of the hard to find and expensive pieces have been sourced and put together in a package for you for this boat. There you go. I hope you enjoyed the video, everyone. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear from you. You can email me anytime at bob@rcsub.com. I am Bob Martin, the RC Sub Guy with the NautilusDrydocks.com. Thank you for joining me. We'll catch you next time.